Sharpnack Street was the heart
Yeah,
of
we
the
had
African American community up here in Mount Airy.
Sharpnack Street was the center of the universe.
We want people on the outside of 79 East Sharpnack to understand that the people inside are working to be the best versions of themselves.
My earliest recollection of Sharpnack Street was walking down Philina to Chew, over Chew to Sharpnack to go to Emlyn School.
I have been a member here at Grace for 72 years. This church has molded me into what I am today.
Everyone knew everyone. Like everyone said, we were a family, we were close-knit, because most of us lived in the neighborhood.
This was a working class neighborhood primarily, but we did have doctors, lawyers, and judges. In Mount Airy, you might have a judge living next to a trash man or to a bus driver, and they got along fine, both east and west side. In the 1700s, this area that we're in now, which consists of Germantown, Mount Airy, and Chestnut Hill, had African Americans and Native Americans. And this street that we're on for African Americans, Sharpnack Street, was the center of the universe. We had a number of stores. We had Grace Baptist Church, which originally started a dugout. And we also had on the southeast corner, where the Douglas Club was originally, in the basement of my grandparents. It was formed as a political club, a Republican political club, to get people in the 22nd Ward out to vote. But they also had social programs.
For older residents, it's a place where they know they can come, get entertainment with their age group, sit down, discuss past news, past events, current events, things of that nature. In the future, where we're hoping to get the building repaired and able to perform some of the features that it used to perform in the past, things the community needs.
The lodge was developed basically because back in the days of revolutionary times, blacks were not allowed to join the white Masonic lodges. At that point in time, Prince Hall and Absalom Jones, who was the first African-American bishop of the Episcopal Church, went over to England and gained a charter from England. So they had their own Masonic charter. And at that point in time, they came back and developed in Boston the first African lodge, which developed into the many lodges that exist today. This was a lodge that started through Prince Hall Masonry. They have their main temple down on Broad Street in Philadelphia. And 13 men met until they were able to gain a charter to become star in the East Lodge number 55 in Pennsylvania. The lodge existed and met in various places along Sharpnack Street, but eventually in 1952 to 53, they built the lodge here on the site of 79 East Sharpnack Street, where we have been since that time. It was a place where men of good report became members of this lodge, and these were persons to be respected and revered in the neighborhood. And there was a younger brother who also told me that from this area, he used to see people coming to the meetings, and he always aspired to become one of those men that came into the building with this black suits on.
As a younger man looking at this lodge, I was able to really get a chance to interact and meet men of different ages that were able to help me move forward without as many bumps and bruises as they might have had as they grew up.
A lot of the people here, many of its members are pillars, not just in this community, but nationally. When you talk about the civil rights movement, you still have some of those persons here. There are people in this congregation who have held the highest standards in whatever vocation that they were in. And so there's a great deal of discipline, not only socially, but sacred, when it comes to Grace Baptist Church of Germantown.
I have been a member of Grace for 72 years. When we moved up to Germantown, we were not in any church. So there was a lady that lived down the street, Mrs. Overton, and she asked my mother if she could take us to Sunday school. And from then on, my sister and I belonged to Grace.
These are all youngsters under me. These are youngsters, you understand, and they were here before me. I joined in 1958. At Sharpnack Street, it was something about Grace Baptist Church, Sharpnack Street. It just got to me. My children say, Mom, is this it? This is it. So as it turned out, my children grew up in Grace Baptist Church of Germantown. One of the many people that walked from Sharpnack Street to here. So I'm proud and I'm happy. And I want you all to know, when they say friendly, this is a friendly church. And I'm thankful to be here.
I would like to see a mixture of some of the new folks along with the folks who already been here in the community. The Douglas Club, as well as the Post, could be a place for both age groups or generations to come, mix, mingle, and take care of this community.
Well, Sharpnack Street was a good place to live on, but now my message to the people is try to keep the houses that they have. Right now, my oldest sister, she lives on Sharpnack Street. She has our family house, and there's 2 houses next to her that they had built, because a lot of the houses in that street were being torn down across the street. It's a lot. The 2 houses that's next to my sister's house, they don't have no parking, and they want over $400,000 for them.
Grace has been one of the congregations that have stood the test of time and have confronted some of the major social issues that are taking place in this community. And so what the generation that's coming along can learn is the power of unity and how your faith can keep you grounded even in the most difficult of times.
We gather today on the ancestral lands honoring the Lenape people, those who have walked this land long before us, those whose footsteps, prayers, and ways still live within the earth beneath us. We acknowledge the ancestors, the seen and unseen, who continue to guide, protect, and remind us of who we are. We lift up the original caretakers of this land and all the indigenous peoples, especially brown and dark-skinned indigenous relatives whose histories have been often erased, yet who remain rooted, present, and unbroken.